Joining me now from Palu is journalist Tony Chang. Tony, what's the latest situation on the ground? What are people there telling you what they need?
Well, they need everything. They're very short on supplies. There's very little fresh water available, no running water in the taps. There's no electricity. Some people who are lucky enough to have generators are running out of fuel. They are frankly desperate, and they're very unhappy with the government because they're not getting it. The government has promised that electricity will be restored by the 5th of October. That's tomorrow. We spoke to one of the electrical technicians who was working on rewiring one of the main streets. He said that some parts of the city might have it back by the end of the week. Most people won't have it back for a month.
Now, we've heard a lot from our previous reporter, Janice Mackie-Freya, about that aid which people are claiming now. But what are our authorities doing? We understand also that in terms of the rescue effort, they are actually arriving now at these remote areas.
They are. In fact, we are at one village today called Patolo, where they are still searching for survivors. Now, that seems rather remarkable, given that it's now 6 days since the earthquake struck. But they said that their detection systems have heard signs of life today, so they are still hopeful that there are survivors. Nonetheless, this place in particular was especially devastated because a peculiar phenomena happened where the earthquake triggered literally mud to come bubbling out of the ground like a volcano. It swallowed the whole village. They think there could be as many as 1,000 people buried inside. So far, they've dug out 5 survivors, 22 bodies, but they're still pushing on in the hope that some miracle may have occurred, and there are still people inside.
Now, amidst all this, the Prime Minister Joko Widodo has visited the area today. What message has he had for the victims?
Well, he's been telling people that the security services are going to work 24 hours a day, as hard as they possibly can. Everything will be done. But I think people are getting a little bit skeptical about that. Yesterday, we drove into Palu over the mountain range, and what should have been a 5-hour journey took 15 hours. The roads were just jammed with tens of thousands of people wanting to get out. They went through the trauma of the earthquake and the tsunami. They waited, no aid or help came, and they've just taken it into their own hands to flee. In addition to which, we've seen quite a lot of looters out on the street. Now today, for the first time, we actually saw troops going in, chasing away looters from those shops. The government has had a fairly relaxed attitude up to this point, saying that people can take what they need. But I think given the insecurity in the city, and frankly, the slight presence of the security forces, I think the government has decided it's time to crack down and get the whole place under control.